In this lesson, we'll take a look at the Fast Subsurface Shader for pass rendering. So the node in particular that we're going to be looking at is the MISSS Fast Shader X Passes. So really this is just another variant of the Fast Shader X and the Fast Shader. This particular one is compatible with the new render passes that are now available in Maya 2009. And this is a node that is only found in Maya 2009 and higher. So the way in which we can utilize this, we can either build our shaders from scratch using this Fast Shader Passes, really as far as the attributes that are found in each of these three different variants of the same shader, the attributes found inside are identical. So as far as which shader you start with, it really doesn't matter, because we can actually take any of these other two shaders, the Fast Shader or the Fast Shader X, and actually convert those to the Shader X passes. So to take a look at that, what I have right now is just the simple MISSS Fast Shader. And if you take a look down toward the bottom underneath Upgrade Shader, we can either upgrade this to the Fast Shader X or the Fast Shader X Passes. So if we want to utilize this with the pass rendering system, we can just simply convert this to a Shader X Passes, and you'll notice now that all the connections have still remained the same, but now we have the pass version of this shader. So now, once we have this converted to the pass version, we can now utilize this with the new render passes. So let's take a look inside the render settings. Let's go up to passes, and we can now add the appropriate render passes to be able to utilize this particular output method. Now, right now, as of Maya 2009, there are some limitations as far as which passes can actually be utilized by this pass shader. So right now with the Fast Shader X passes, we only have the ability by default to output a Beauty Pass, Diffuse, Direct Irradiance, and Specular. So let's make sure that we have all that saved out. So let's just minimize this. So in our case, we can do a Beauty Pass, and if I just press and hold the Control key, I can add some of these other ones. So we'll add a Diffuse Pass. We can also add a Direct Irradiance, and we can also add Specular to this. There we go. And once we have those set, create those. And now we have these scene passes that are ready to be used. But at the moment, these actually won't be rendered out. Not until we actually take these and associate them to the current pass. So let's take all these. Just simply move these down. And now they'll be calculated during render. So all we have to do in order to render these out properly is go back to the Common tab. And now just simply set the name and the actual format that we want to render these out. So we can just simply call these, let's just call this MISSS Fast Passes. Now you'll notice that at the moment, if we were to actually render these out, that we would actually get a new folder that corresponds to the name of the render pass. So we would get a folder called Diffuse, and then inside that we would have a pass file. We get another folder for Specular, and then we get another file inside of that. Now, if we don't want that, what we can do is actually append the file name with the name of the pass. So let's just right-click inside the file name prefix, and we can insert a pass name. There we go. And now you'll notice that the file name updates. So now we'll have a file called Fast Passes with an underscore diffuse. We'll get another file for passes underscore specular, so on and so forth. So now let's change the format, something like a bitmap, or any format will actually work just fine. And now all we have to do is render this out. So we'll just go to Batch Render, give this a moment to render out, and then we'll find the result. Alright, and once that render is complete, we can take a look inside the output directory that we've just defined here. And we should find our passes rendered out for us. So here's the Beauty Pass that we have. If we take a look at this, we also have the Diffuse Pass, which is just strictly the surface color information with no subsurface effect applied. We also have Direct Irradiance, which is just light intensity information with no regard for color or texture, anything like that. And then we also have the Specular as well. Alright, so that's a look at how we can utilize this Fast Pass shader to start to output some of these different passes. Now, right now, as of Maya 2009, there is a very serious limitation or just a bug as far as the ability for any of these pass shaders to interact with photons. So if you have anything in your scene that is going to require global illumination or caustics, the pass shaders by default actually will not be able to render that out. Now, just to minimize the amount of redundant information that's presented here, if you do want to learn more about these limitations and how to work around those, we do discuss those in detail in our lesson dealing with the architectural pass variant of this architectural material. So again, if you want to learn more about those, you can refer to that lesson. All right, so that's a look at the fast skin shader, or rather the fast subsurface shader passes.